Hey guys, it's Matt with BleepinJeep.com. I've got my 3 Cherokees at the moment out here, and I just wanted to show you, this is going to be the last time you'll see the crawler. I've had this thing for 17 years, but it's finally time for an end. I'm gonna, as soon as I pull it in the shop there, I'm gonna bring it out in pieces, so it's gonna get taken apart. I'm gonna use the good stuff for this one in the middle. So I'm going to put the good stuff on there, build it into a buggy basically, and the rest is going to get junked. And then this one over here, obviously, that's the Hope Floats project. We're getting that prepped and ready for paint, and so it should be ready for paint pretty soon. And then after that, I'll be able to bolt stuff on it that I've taken off for paint, and it should be ready to go within a couple months, hopefully. So looking to get that one out to Moab here pretty soon for the Easter Jeep Safari. So I'm going to pull this in. Actually, I probably ought to wash it off with the power washer so that I don't get mud all in my shop when I'm taking stuff apart. So I think I'll do that, and then I'll pull it in the shop and we'll get started on ripping it apart. This sucker's seen some better days for sure. It still runs and drives just fine. It's kind of an electrical nightmare, and it's falling apart slowly and surely. Last time I was out, the muffler fell off. Here's the one that's going to be the buggy. Nothing special about it. It's a 98. And I've taken everything off of this one, getting it ready for paint here pretty soon. Alright guys, I'm almost ready to start tearing this thing down. The problem that I'm facing now is that I've got 3 Jeeps, all of which need to be in here in the shop, but I can only fit 2. So I've got to kind of figure that out. I want to take this one and tear it all apart, get the axles off and the lift and everything, any of the expensive parts that I want to keep. And at the same time I want to start building my crawler, which actually needs to be in that same spot so that I can get the one I'm working on now, which is the Hope Floats project, in and out of the shop when I need to make videos. So that's kind of a quandary how I'm going to do that. I think first of all I'm going to tear this all down, get the parts off to the side, and then I'll need to figure out how to get it out. Maybe I'll put it on some kind of rollers and then winch it up on my trailer or something like that. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. I think I'm going to start tearing this sucker apart. So tomorrow morning, I'm taking the Hope Floats Jeep over to a friend's house, and we're going to re-gear the front axle, put this ox locker and chrome ollies in it from this axle. So the first thing that I want to do is remove the axle shafts and the locker, and that's probably it for today. I haven't had this Jeep in the shop for a while now. Starting to bring back old memories. Kind of makes me feel bad that I left it out in the outside to let it rust. I don't think I brought this in here probably since I started work on the zombie Jeep, I guess. That was about a year or two ago. Something that's kind of funny in this vehicle is I've got a really nice stereo in there, but one time I sprayed it with some cleaner to try to clean the contacts, and the eject button got stuck. So I've had the same CD in there for about 3 years now, and I can't get it out. I can't change the channel. I just have to listen to the same 17 songs over and over again. Alright, one down. One to go. Then I'm going to take out the ring and pinion and carrier, I guess. Yuck. Alright, that's 28mm, by the way. Let's see if it'll come off. I'm gonna have to stop that from spinning. Oh, that hurt. Oh. There it is. I guess I should tell you another little story about this Jeep. One story when I was real young, and this is kind of what got me hooked into four-wheeling in the first place. We were out doing some four-wheeling. I was young, I didn't realize the difference, but I had some aluminum blocks under the rear leaf springs of this thing to use as a lift. So I was out wheeling someplace, and this guy started daring me to go up this rock face. And it'd be something that would be really easy for me now in this Jeep, but at the time it was pretty sketchy. But I decided to go ahead and do it. And right at the top, I hear this bang, and everybody down at the bottom says, "Stop, stop." So I hold it there for a minute with the brakes. I can't tell what's going on, but I can't get out of the Jeep because it's too steep for me to get out. Well, some other Jeeps pull up and put cables on me, and they say, "Your axles come off, your axles come off." So anyway, they winch it from the top, they winch me down, and from the back they winch the axle down along with it. What had happened was those aluminum blocks under the rear leaf springs, both of them had sheared and broken at the same time. Well, we get down to the bottom of the hill, and I get out, and we start trying to fix this thing, and I don't know what I'm doing, but there's a bunch of these guys running around like MacGyvers, you know, fixing this thing for me. And I ended up having some 2x4s in the back of the Jeep. And we used those 2x4s as blocks because, as you know, the U-bolts were way too long to use without the blocks because they wouldn't tighten down all the way. So we put 2x4s in there in place of the aluminum blocks, and those acted as the blocks till I could drive home, which was probably 20 or 30 miles, and it worked. And that's what got me hooked doing all this. Oh, one more bolt. I missed one. Talking too much. Now that is an aux locker, and this is this cable actuated. This little thing right here slides over and locks the locker down. This one happens to be it's cable actuated, but there's an electric mechanism that pushes the cable in and out. So all I have to do is flip a switch. So before you take a carrier out, you want to make sure that everything goes back in the exact same way that you took it out. Now, if it's just going to be a short term, you can take these out and set them up here on either side. As long as you don't drop them, you should get them back in the same spot. Get those back in the same spot, and then underneath there are some races. There's also a couple different markings on here, it looks like, so you could take a picture for reference so that you'll know how to get them back in the same spot. Alright, now remember, when you take this out, the races are going to come with it, so keep those in the same spot as well. And I have a chunk of my ring and pinion missing, so that kind of blows my plans for tomorrow. Alright, so I got on the phone and I found a local shop that had a ring and pinion, so we're back in business. Now I just need to get this race out. And any shims that might go with it. Alright, any shims on there? Nope. Alright guys, there is the pinion gear and the yoke. And here is the carrier. This is the ring and the pinion gear. So this is why I haven't done a video on how to put new gears on, how to install new ring and pinion gears. Because if you'll look here, look at all these shims. There's all these shims that have to be shimmed exactly right down to the thousandths of an inch. There's shims on this side, shims on here, shims on here. There's shims under these bearings, shims under these bearings. And you have to have special tools to take these on and off. You have to know exactly what you're doing. You have to have a lot of patience, and you have to get this shimmed in the exact right spot, left or right. And then you have to get this shimmed. Let me see if I can show you how that fits. It fits like this. So then you have to get this pinion gear shimmed in and out to mesh exactly right with this gear, with the ring and pinion. And then it rotates like this. So anyway, there's a lot of variables there, a lot of ways you can mess up. I mean, there's probably 30 shims just on this piece alone right here. Not to mention when you're pulling these off, if you don't have the proper tools, you can really screw up and ruin that cage right there. So anyway, there's a lot of expensive tools required for the job and a lot of knowledge which I don't even have. I've done this once, and actually this one I set up by myself, but it was already kind of half set up, so I didn't really do the entire thing. But that's why I've never made a video on how to redo your ring and pinion. But tomorrow I'm going to take this over to a buddy's, and he's going to help me set this up in the Hope Floats Jeep. I've got a new ring and pinion that I've sourced out from Overly's Off-Road, and everything else should. So I'm going to put the ox locker and the 456 gears into the Hope Floats project. I might take my video camera over there tomorrow, but if I do, it'll just be kind of showing you how it's going, not an actual how-to. Now here's something I got recently. I don't know the actual name of it, but I call it a nibbler. What it is though is an abrasive pad, and you put it on your angle die grinder. Let's see how it works. I guess I should take this off first. Not quite that abrasive. Normally I use this, it's a sanding pad on here, but this, it seems to be less abrasive. It doesn't take away as much of the metal, if any. It just kind of takes the grime off of there. So kind of like this one better though, because it cleans it up better, but it's also wearing down the metal every time I use that. They make a green one too. Seems like the green one's a little bit harder than the yellow one. Let's take a look at the difference between that and just the sandpaper pad. That actually cleans it up a lot quicker, a lot faster. But like I said, it's taking down the metal at the same time. Alright, so that should be everything I need right there to take over to Joe's, besides the ring and pinion gear. But everything else, I'll swap all this stuff over into the Hope Floats project. We've got chromoly axle shafts. We've got these axle shaft seals for the outside of the axle. Got the ox locker and the cover, the cable with the electronic actuator, ring and pinions, whatever you call these things, and the yoke. Am I forgetting anything? The diff cover bolts. Probably need those. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Hey guys, do you think you can make a video as good or better than this one? If so, we'd love for you to join our team. A lot of people don't know this, but YouTube actually pays when people watch your videos. You know those little ads that pop up before the video? If a viewer watches those for 30 seconds or longer, the advertiser has to pay YouTube, and in turn YouTube has to pay you. Also, those little ads that pop up at the bottom of the video, in the middle of the video, if somebody clicks those, then you get paid as well. So we are looking for more partners to join and grow our YouTube channel. If you want to do any kind of videos that pertain to Jeeps or off-roading, welding, building things, that kind of thing, make a video, let me see it, and we'll let you know if you make the cut or not. So thanks for watching. Again, make sure to like and subscribe, tell your friends about us, and we'll see you in the next video.